guys? My name is Dan again. This is my 2018 Subaru STI. Fully stock except the R400 catback. Hence the beautiful rumble. So, I wanted to make a quick video on ringlands and knocking and other things that could potentially happen to the EJ 257 engines or the STI engines, 2.5 liter turbos. Now, I've seen a lot of, I don't want to say rumors, but a lot of gossip, a lot of issues with the engine, and although I think it's not widespread at all, people still have problems, and I think it comes down to 4 or 5 things. So, what ringlands are the pieces of metal that seal the pistons to the cylinder wall. So when the pistons go up and down on the wall, they need to be sealed and spaced correctly to the wall for terms of combustion and everything else. In time, due to excessive heat, beating on the car, wrong oil, wrong fuel, these piston rings at the tip of the piston will break. They'll crack, they'll split, and that will lead to engine issues, misfiring, it won't run right, engine's pretty much shot. So what leads to that? I mean, after all, it is a man-made object, things happen, it can only handle so much stress. There are ways to prevent it, however. The first thing I noticed is these are fantastic cars. I love it to death, but they attract a certain crowd, primarily being a younger teenage crowd. Not always, but a good chunk of it. So, of course, I'm stuck behind a freaking dump truck. That's awesome. Anyways, these kids usually don't know anything, although some of them claim to. They beat on their cars. They don't maintain them. It's their first car. Mommy and daddy buys it from. Whatever. I'm not saying no young guy knows exactly what's going on. Some of them have a great idea. Some of them learn. That's all good. Either way, if you get somebody who doesn't understand what's going on with their car, the maintenance, what it needs, chances are they're going to blow it up a lot quicker than somebody who does all the research. So the first thing I noticed is oil and Octane. Follow the manual for the most part. The car calls for 5W30 full synthetic. If it's a brand new car, I would change that oil after the first 1,000 miles. I would not wait till 5,000 or 6,000 miles. It's the only thing I don't agree with the manual. Other than that, I would change it even though it's synthetic. I mean, oil's not that expensive. You can buy it online now. You can buy wherever else you can find good deals. The filter's only, what, $10? Change oil every 3,000 to 4,000 miles, even if it is synthetic. And if it's a brand new car like this, I would change it to do with how this car runs. So if you beat on it, if it's hot, if you're using the wrong octane, if you're using the wrong oil, if you're not using enough oil, it all affects it. Lastly, tuning is a huge factor. This car's new, it's stock. All I did was a catback, because that's the only thing you don't need a tune for. It also does avoid your warranty. It also makes it sound awesome. It also gives you a few more wheel horsepower. So that's why I went with that. A lot of people throw air intakes on this car. Air intakes are huge, or I should say a huge no-no, especially without a proper tune or a pro tune. I've seen so many people that either do just a panel, a K&N air filter, or a full cold air intake with no tune, which is insane on these cars. It is not good. Any other car, it's fine. I've done it on every car I've owned, from my RX-8 to my trucks to my Chevys to my Nissans. It made no difference. The ECU adapts. After 100 miles, it's good. You get a few more horsepower. Cool. This car will throw a shit fit. It is not recommended. And I did all my research on the forums. I asked them about it, and they were like, no, you don't want to do it. Trust us. Thank God I didn't do it, because although the effects may not be immediate, the car will run lean. And over time, if you're not monitoring it, it will contribute to knocking or pre-detonation, and then that will ultimately give you ringland failure, a spun bearing, other catastrophic engine failures. So the point is, these are all minimal things: oil, octane, a tune, mods like a cold air intake, things you really don't think twice about on any other car. But since this car is so sensitive, just keep on top of it, do your research. And I would not, personally, I would not put a cold air intake on this car, even with stage 2, because stage 2 is just a tune and downpipe. There is no stage 2 plus like on a WRX. So it's either or. It's either the intake, which is I think stage 1 plus, or stage 2, which is the downpipe. There is no stage 2 plus on STIs. So it's your choosing, and that's because the fuel injectors cannot support the extra power from both, unless you go stage 3, which is new injectors, etc. So that's really it. I mean, these are avoidable issues. I saw another video on YouTube of kids doing donuts in a park, and the kids banging on the fucking rev limiter, excuse my language, for like 2 minutes. It's hot out. It's well modded, probably not tuned right, probably has an intake, and right after that, the thing spun a bearing and it was knocking hard. These are great motors. They won Motors of the Year awards, I should say, for quite a few times, and they're solid. I mean, you just got to learn how to take care of it. It sounds like common sense, but if you're just getting into this car, it's not common sense. And you know, I just wanted to make it clear that these factors do play a huge role in maintaining the healthier engine. And you know, you spent a lot of money on a car like this. You don't want to have ringland issues. You don't want to throw a bearing. And although you do have a warranty, I got the extended warranty. Having an access port will avoid it. Or if you have engine related problems, chances are they won't fix it, unless you know somebody or you're very lucky. So just be careful, keep on top of it. Oil, change it, monitor it. Octane, only run 93. Make sure you have a proper tune, and if it is modified, make sure it's compatible with an intake if you have it. Otherwise, don't run an intake. And if it's hot out like it is now, it's summer in New York, like I said, it's 90 degrees, don't beat on your car. Let it cool down after a long drive. Let the oil go through the turbo, lubricate it, cool it down. Don't just rev your car, shut it off. And follow those relatively simple instructions. Should be good. So thanks for watching, and good luck.